One of the coldest, toughest races in the world, the 430-mile Montane Yukon Arctic Ultramarathon in Canada. Competitors can use snowshoes, skis, even fat bikes, but they have to be totally self-sufficient, towing their own food, shelter, and sleds. Let's look into all of this. This morning, we're live with Denver Ultramarathon competitor Daniel Benamou, correct? Yes?
You got it.
And he's running this race, and he's starting on Sunday. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Tell us why you want to do this.
Well, you know, it's an amazing place. So when I first did it, temperatures got down to about minus 60, but the nights are crystal clear. The stars are amazing. The northern lights, if you're so lucky. No cell phones. It's fantastic.
This is Whitehorse, Canada, right?
Exactly.
You know, I took a quick look at the temperatures. It's going to get quite cold up there in Whitehorse, but this is what you want, right? You brought in some of your gear here, so I'm just guessing. This is a 40 below bag.
It is.
So this is what you're going to have, and your actual sled that you're pulling is below this. Is that correct?
You got it.
So this has to carry. Tell me what's going to be on this along with this sleeping bag.
So along with the sled, so I've got my water, which is in my thermos, my sleeping bag and a bivy sack, all my stove, all my food, pots, everything I need. So if I need to melt snow for water, everything basically I need to stay alive, stay warm, and make it the 430 miles.
How many pounds? I'm sure you've shaved your weight dozens of times. What are we talking about here?
Fresh off the start, fully loaded, it's going to be about 70, 75 pounds.
Okay, and how many miles a day do you think you will do in between campsites?
Yeah, so basically pretty much go continuously, about 20 hours a day. Try to sleep between 2 and 4 hours, usually during the night, but really whenever I get tired, I can sleep whenever I want.
And we're looking at video here. Do you recognize this video? I think you sent us this. This is from a couple years ago?
Yeah, from a couple years ago, 2017.
Tell me about this race that we're looking at right here.
Yeah, I mean it's fantastic. So this is the same race. So I did the 430 2 years ago. I'm off to do a better race this year.
You were one of 2 people that finished that. Is that right?
So in 2015, I was one of 2 people who finished. A few more last 2 years ago.
And to be clear, you're on foot for this race. You're going to be on foot. Will you have snowshoes?
I have snowshoes in case the conditions deteriorate.
So that's really, Chris Parente is,
by all means.
Chris is testing out the sleep. This is a 40 below sleeping bag. This is what you would need if you were out in the wintertime.
We're going to do Mount Yale.
A 14-seater, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So Chris really wants to be tested in winter conditions.
I'll pull you up.
Are you warm in that thing?
Not yet. Give me a minute.
We use the word race, Daniel, but that is a really relative term. This is not a race. The idea is to finish, right? Or what's your goal ultimately?
You know, my goal is to run the best race I possibly can. Hopefully shave off, 24 hours off of 2 years ago. So
that's great. We wish you the best. I know this is going to be really tough. Thank you, Daniel, for coming in today.
Thank you so much.
Good luck to you.
Appreciate it.
All right, guys, there you go. Chris Parente's gone. He's
so comfortable.
He's coming out.
Yeah, it's metamorphosis.
Hey, you're up next.
Get out of there.